Good evening and welcome to the Gerber Lecture Series presented by the School of International Studies. Now, this series was established in 2001 because of the generosity of two remarkable individuals. Two people who have been connected to Pacific for many years. I won't tell you how many, but I'll only say he's been connected for many more than she has. David and Lorraine Gerber, these fabulous Pacificans who, through their generosity, a gift of $1 million endowed the David and Lorraine Gerber Lecture Series. David and Lorraine Gerber sitting right here. I think you all know that David is an award-winning producer and Lorraine is a noted actress. And they were married here on the Pacific campus in 1971, right here in our chapel. So their heart is here. They're Pacificans, have been Pacificans for so many years, and I'm delighted to consider them and call them my personal friends. The series is notable because of what it does at Pacific. It enriches the lives of our students, and it teaches our students and others to better understand the world around us. And it also does something else. And as I looked out tonight and as I walked in this evening, I could see so many members of our community, so many folks who are close to Pacific. They're not necessarily graduates of Pacific. I even saw students coming in as well. I thought that was just terrific that so many people are coming into the university and being enriched by many of the programs of the university, but in particular, the Gerber Lecture Series. So I thank you again, David and Lorraine. You not only enrich the University of Pacific, but you enrich our community. Now, when you think of the previous speakers that have been on our campus because of this program, Lech Walesa, Desmond Tutu, Paul Kagame, Shireen Abadi, these are the type of people, world leaders that have been coming to this community, that are exposing our students and our fellow Stocktonians and those from the greater community to ideas and thinking that many universities don't have the opportunity to experience. We're exceedingly grateful, and grateful for the leadership of Margie Ensign, Dean of the School of International Studies. Yeah. Cool. And I'm going to call on Margie to introduce this wonderful speaker, Cesar Gaviria, Margie Ensign.
Muy buenas noches, muy bienvenidos a todos. Antes de todo, quiero agradecer al presidente Gaviria por su visita a nuestra universidad. A very good evening. Welcome to you all, and a very special thank you to President Gaviria for his visit to our university. Our very deep appreciation also goes to David and Lorraine Gerber for all they do for the university and for the School of International Studies. As we begin this evening, I would also like to recognize the leadership and dedication of President DeRosa and Provost Gilbertson, who have had the vision and courage to revive the best of the pioneering traditions of our university. They have made the decisions and supported the actions that we celebrate tonight, the reincorporation of an inter-American program into our curriculum, and the opening of the Casa Covel student residence. Tonight, we welcome back to the university those accomplished alums of Covel College, and we welcome the new students residing in the new Spanish language residence hall, Casa Covel. Could I please ask all of our Covel alums and all of our new students in Casa Covel to please stand and be recognized. This is an historic night for the university, and we thank all of you for being with us and coming from throughout the region. As we welcome President Gaviria to our campus and to our community, we reflect on the words of an American president sent in a letter to the president of the University of the Pacific, Robert Burns, in 1962. Words that are still so relevant for our times and that reflect the philosophy of our new Inter-American program. I send you warmest greetings, he said, on the occasion of the establishment of Elbert Covell College. The cause of peace requires the intimate understanding and the ability to communicate, which are enhanced immeasurably by expert knowledge of this great language. Moreover, the student who can explore the wealth of culture, art, history, and human experience, which is recorded in the Spanish language, can greatly enrich the lives of his fellow citizens in our own country. Written by President John Kennedy on June 8, 1962, and the original letter is in our library. In 2008, the need for American students to have language skills, knowledge of culture, economics, politics, and the human experience, as President Kennedy says, has never been greater. Tonight, we welcome to the University of the Pacific another president who has done much to strengthen democracy and promote peace in his own country and in our region. He is a staunch defender of human rights and a conflict mediator working throughout Latin America and around the globe. He is a supporter of regional integration and a reformer who cracked down on one of the world's most powerful drug kingpins, Pablo Escobar. President Gaviria began his career at age 23, immediately after obtaining his degree in economics from Universidad de los Andes in Bogota, when he was elected councilman from his hometown. In 1974, he was elected to Colombia's House of Representatives. He rose to the top position in 1983. In 1986, he joined the Barco administration, first as Minister of Finance and then as Minister of the Interior. In early 1989, he left the government to manage the presidential campaign of Senator Luis Carlos Galan. Following the brutal murder of Senator Galan by drug traffickers, the Liberal Party chose Cesar Gaviria as its candidate. He was elected president of Colombia in May 1990. During his 4-year term in office, he enacted policies to strengthen democracy, promote peace, and to reintegrate armed rebels into civilian life. After serving as president, he was elected Secretary General of the Organization of American States, first in 1994, and again in 1999, where he implemented his strategy for a new vision of the OAS. President Gaviria fostered profound institutional changes that reinvigorated the Inter-American agenda and prepared the OAS to meet the challenges the region faces today. In 2005, he returned to Colombia and rejoined Colombian politics. He is an active member of Club Madrid, an organization composed of former world leaders, including former U.S. President Bill Clinton, who promote peace and democracy and in the Americas. Please join me in welcoming to the University of the Pacific and to our community of Stockton, President Gaviria.